Alrighty. Hi, this is Dan Watson. Welcome to the first episode of Yugi Pod. A little background about myself. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for about 20 years. I'm not that competitive with it, just more on a local level. I do go to some YCSs and things like that, but um, my co-host with me today is Thomas. Go ahead, Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas. I've been playing since about Ravine Rulers, so that would have been 8 years ago now. Currently getting ready for a 3v3 tournament at Knoxville, and my highest accomplishment is a I think 250 person regional. I got second in. My only claim to fame.
Pretty good claim. Go ahead, Ryan. You want to say anything?
Yeah, I've been
Ryan Watson.
playing. I am speaking. Yeah, I've been playing competitively since around Maximum Crisis came out, with the first show around with Zodiacs and all that other good stuff. I've been playing before that, but mostly casual, local level. My best achievement is topping I think it was like a 30-man OTS, getting second place on that.
Nobody's had a feature match yet in a YCS, right? Except me. Is that right?
Yeah.
And nobody's blundered one as much as you.
Hey, you can't prove it. All right. Well, today we're going to be talking about the evolution of the format today after the recent ban list. Some decks were hit, some may have gotten a little bit better. We're just going to get some thoughts on it. My thought is with Dryden and Gage, I guess were the two biggest hits. We thought Dryden was going to harm Tri-Brigade Zoo, but it turns out that Tri-Brigade Zoo is still a pretty effective deck. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. People told me when Tri Brigade Zoo lost Dryden that you probably wouldn't play You probably wouldn't play Zoo in the Tri Brigade anymore. But I think as it's developed, you've seen the last LCS that people are playing the Zoo, and it's still just Tri Beast fodder to summon bigger Link monsters for the Tri Brigade. That's all it ever was, and it still makes Zeus. So how can it be bad?
That's the main point of it, I guess. I mean, it might have been more of a preemptive hit because of the Utopia Draco. Um, that card is pretty amazing. The one that came out in King's Court. What do you think, Ryan?
About the preemptive hit that they did to Zodiacs?
Well, the
Yeah,
preemptive hitter. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Thomas.
I was gonna say, and the list in general. Just give your thoughts
the
about
list
it.
in general.
Well, I was just going to more focus on the preemptive hit on that, which I think, in my opinion, very humble. I don't really think it was deserved just yet. In all honesty, for Dryden to be banned, I don't think it was fully deserved just yet. I think it could have lasted for one format before it got hit.
Yeah, it would have been nice for at least a one format thing, or at least one more, just to see how it played out. Consider we're getting back to more sanctioned tournaments now instead of just remote YCSs. We're getting in more field play.
Now,
What do
speaking
you
of the
guys
remote
think about
YCS, though,
the what?
surprisingly, the remote YCS, surprisingly on that, Sky Striker did not perform that well in the EU portion, the 1800 man.
Well, EU and the Americas are. It seems like it's two completely different formats.
It is
They
two
have the
different
same list,
metagames, but it's more.
I'm gonna.
A lot of people were surprised that Engage came back because of how powerful the card is, and here we are. They're not doing as much.
You play Sky Striker, Thomas. What do you think about that?
I can tell you, IO was already a good card in Hero Order, and Spell Fragrance was already a card that was probably going to be sided. And I'll tell you, I can tell you how 50% of these Sky Striker players lost their games. They opened their hand starting and go, "There's no Ray in this." They drew their 6th card. There's no Ray. That 50% of their losses right there. The deck is literally, you can't play like 20% of your games because you just don't open Ray, and then you're just really floundering around praying you get to it. So the deck's in a rough spot, I feel like, in the format.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not bad
do you-
by any means. Just
No, it's still not bad. I mean, they did get engaged back, and
it's just not as big of a deal as what a lot of people are trying to make it out to be.
somebody'll figure something out at that point. But it still had a decent showing at it. And our pal Thomas here, he's on the fence about playing Sky Striker, so he's our Sky Striker expert. Anything else you want to add about Sky Strikers, Thomas? Think
No,
it's a deck anybody should play, or should wait a little bit?
I think the deck's fine to play right now if you have experience with the deck and you feel comfortable playing the deck. It definitely showcases how good a player is by itself when you can play. It's just you're gonna lose some games because of bad RNG that you can't have no control over. But my thoughts on the list, I actually had like an identity crisis with this list happen because I bought Tri Brigade Zoo, but I had been a Sky Striker fan for like 3 years now, however long the deck's been out. So Trident gets banned, Engage comes back, but I think Zoo Tri Brigade is playable at that point. So I've had like this crisis, which I guess Strikers has come up top. So that's what I've been playing for the 3 weeks now the list has been on.
Yeah, just
Right.
about.
Yeah. And you did mention a 3v3 is coming up. Have you decided on which deck you're going to play yet?
Absolutely not. I will flip a quarter Friday.
All right, fair enough. But and one of the bigger surprises, I haven't seen a whole lot of Pendulum now that Skulkerbat Joker's back, and I think what was the other one? Irish Magician.
Yeah, double.
Yeah,
Iris.
it went to 2.
Yeah, and but I really haven't seen a whole lot of decks out there like in the YCS or anything like that. Have you guys? I mean, maybe it's just me. I haven't noticed it.
Hates Pendulum, and what they're giving us back isn't enough, especially in a hand trap heavy format the way it is right now. It's just not going to be enough for people wanting to pick up the deck en masse to actually try to play it.
Well, yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Now, you're going to be participating in this 3v3, Ryan. What do you think you're going to be playing? I know you're a big Altergeist fan. Are you going to play Altergeist or stick with Tri Brigade?
I'm on the fence on which two to play. Altergeist kind of seems pretty good because I can just floodgate my opponent out of the game. But Tri Brigade is really one of the best decks of this format for me. So I'm not really too sure yet.
Well, here I'll just let Ryan and Thomas talk about the 3v3 that's coming up. You can talk about where it's happening and stuff like that if you'd like. If you want to take it first, Thomas.
All right. It's in Knoxville. You can look up the store under. I'm not sure if I should mention the store name on here, but it is a 3v3 tournament. I believe the prize support is King's Court. It's a case tournament, technically.
Yeah, it's a case tournament.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing the same, basically the exact same as the YCS 3v3, which I don't know if you guys went to or not.
We did.
I went to that one, and it was fun. I think 3v3s are a good test of what the general average skill level of, because you have at least 6 games happen, if not 9. So average skill level is going to show a lot more over the course of that than, say, just a match between 2 people.
Especially since you're allowed to get kind of help from your teammates for not necessarily coaching though, but in terms of how to maybe play through certain things.
Yeah, you can definitely maybe not know what a card does
Yeah.
or not know what a deck's win con is and be like, hey, where do I ash them? And he goes, just ash this. Now, granted, that's how I telegraph, but
Yeah.
it works out.
But like it does like help, especially like picking where people sit. Like surprisingly, there's a lot more that goes into it than what most people would think on the surface.
And like what decks you play. Like, does everyone play the same deck so they're all on the same page? Or do you all pick different decks depending on what seed are you in?
Yeah, because being able to be the mid-range person for quicker control type games for consistency, or just be like the aggro, just kill them and then try to focus on helping.
Yeah, me and my friends have talked about how like you should probably label out the teams. We do believe that it's better to have people 3 different decks be playing on the team because you're gonna have teams that all 3 play the same deck, and you don't want to find a bad matchup across the board. Like you just don't want that to happen. You
Yeah.
do not want to be playing Sky Striker into the say Invoke at all. I think that's one of the worst matchups for them. But like we also talked about, like somebody should probably play the high rolly deck. Drytron is the best deck. It's a little high rolly because you gotta if you get your combo off, you win. If you don't get your combo off, go to game 2.
Yeah, pure die roll but hey, I mean it is what it is on that one. Now, how do you think you'll see for prank kids?
I think I'm gonna see like 2 prank kids. I hate that deck, so I'm gonna see 2 or 3 of it throughout the day if I end up going through the whole event.
Honestly, the deck is going really strong, especially in the OCG, and from what I've seen on online tournaments and percentages for win rates, it's climbing up there pretty fast.
What deck do you not want to see at the 3v3 riot? What deck do you just not want to sit across?
I do not want to sit across the stupid Drytron. Drytrons and Pankids, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I do not want to see them at all.
I'm okay with seeing Drytron because I feel like you can prepare for Drytron. The prank kids, it's just like
for it, but is my main deck going first prepared for it, or should I say going second prepared for it?
Oh yeah.
No, it's not. If I go second into that, it's hope to God they don't have the Herald for my 2 hand traps.
All right. And how's your team situation? Are you currently a lone wolf looking for 2 more lone wolves? Or do you have any? Or do you already have your team?
Yes, I am a lone wolf.
You are a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Try to make that team when you get there.
I will see. Hopefully here soon. I'll hear back from what guys from our shop. Ben, if he'll be able to join me in it or not. If not, worst case scenario, I'll just hop up in there and I'll go completely undefeated and not have a single teammate with me.
Just carry a band of misfits all the way to the finals.
Yep.
I heard your father's pretty good at Yu-Gi-Oh. You should ask him maybe.
Yeah.
I want to interrupt. Going back to what you guys were saying about the 3v3. Sorry to keep you from. Now the person in the middle, is one who kind of helps both sides. Might have more knowledge than most. Is that correct? Is that fair in saying that? And if he does, if he's trying to help other people, what does it take away from his concentration in playing his opponent? Do you think there's anything to that?
The person who sits in the middle needs to be able to have like a really steady mind on them, because basically what their job is to do is to like do like quick help here and there, or like prevent you from making it irreparable game state potentially. Like they have like a lot of responsibilities. Not saying like they're going to do that 24/7. Just that's like some of the things that they could and potentially will do.
I do think I do think that like the middle person should probably be your best player, or at least the one who's most knowledgeable to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But it also should be somebody that doesn't, who is not like super tunnel visioned and stuff. Because if anybody asks, if player B or player C has a question for player A, and you get derailed by like a question and you can't play and you lose track of what you're doing in your game, not going to work. It probably does affect some teams, and some people don't think about it. They just put their best player in the middle, but then best player can't handle a question being asked while focusing on his own game as well.
Exactly. Now, your team, Thomas. Are you guys all set with your team? Do you know what they're playing or?
Currently, my team, I have one confirmed player, and the other one, I'm not quite sure if he's going to be playing or not. So I might be into this scenario. I got to pick up somebody real quick.
Hey, I feel as if there is a singular free agent in this chat.
Maybe, but I'll get back to you tomorrow on that one, sir. But I'm fairly confident. The one I know that's coming is a guy from my locals that is really good. But I guess just to say we're all in the same locals, so you know who it is. But I think he's pretty good. I'm not going to say who he's going to play in case somebody else hears this. But I like his decisions. I'm on the fence of what I'm playing. We have a returning player who's going to be playing. I couldn't tell you what he's going to be playing. But
from what I heard, it was either going to be a form of Altergeist, potentially.
Yeah.
But that was like a week or so ago, so it could change.
Yeah, it was going to be Ultrageist or Sky Striker, I was pretty sure.
I don't think it would be Sky Striker.
It was one of those two, and I was honestly hoping it wasn't Sky Striker either. I don't think somebody coming back should play Sky Strikers.
At least if it's the person that we're both thinking of.
Yeah.
It's been way too long for him.
It's been a while for him. I think he's been out of the game since last time I played him was Clee format. Well, not Clee format, but back when Clees had 3 vanities and 3 skill drain.
Oh god.
What a fun player to play against back then, I swear. I don't know why he hasn't already picked Ultrageist.
No, he's gonna show up with Frog Monarch.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Like, sir, you're in the wrong decade.
No, it's fine. Nobody will be expecting it. Nobody's gonna expect the Mobius pass.
With Sky Striker and Salamangreat being very playable decks, we can now say, are we in the right decade anymore?
Oh, another sleeper deck right there, which brings the question: what do you think will be? I guess not the most represented, but the sleeper deck of the tournament coming up on Saturday. I know you mentioned Prank Kids and Salamangreat, but
I think the last LCS and Infernoble Knight player won it, so I think there's a lot of decks that could be sleepers. I think anyone we talk about here isn't
there'll be a lot of decks. Maybe at this particular event, depending on the number of representation, there will be a lot of decks. It's just more the fact that which ones will be more underestimated than sleeper decks, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's hard to come up with a sleeper deck because there's a lot of decks I could just see winning. It's just it plays the 15 hand traps and has a very reliable strategy to begin with. Or that made sense. But sleeper is a little rough right now. It's not, I don't think.
Yeah, because there's a lot of decks that I can see being played, but there's also a lot of decks that I can also just see that I just don't care about. I am not going to take the time to respect. And that's probably what's going to get me a lot of losses because I'm going to play those exact decks.
Yeah.
But I think Infernoble Knight if people hop on that, because I think we still have like 5 days, 6 days until the tournament.
Anyway, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Any more about the ban list, the upcoming meta? Now that we're back in competitive play and getting our OTS 16s and stuff like that, are you looking forward to maybe going to traveling for YCSs and regionals and things like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. First YCS, it's probably gonna be all three of us and five other dudes getting in cars to go to the first YCS. Don't matter where it is. Get on the plane, get in the car. Either way works. We're there for 4 days or 3 days.
The best part about it is the Aftermath Red Robin's signature will be even sweeter.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for regionals to start back up because I gotta start actually topping so I can be as good as I pretend I am. So
Yeah, I need to back up my other top as well.
Do you think they'll start regionals and everything soon, or do you think they'll wait till the new season starts, which typically starts around September? I think usually, right?
Yeah, I think
just wait till then.
Yeah, I think they'll wait till basically the natural season starts and stuff like that. We're like Konami's in like a nice spot that everything's opening back up, but they usually didn't run events right now anyway, so they could wait 2 more months just to feel it out.
Yeah, I feel
But
as
I'm
if,
pretty
it
sure
won't
they'll
happen
start
till,
regionals.
mid-fall, if we do.
I wonder if they'll carry over the people who qualified for nationals a couple of years ago. I know you two had qualified, but because of the COVID, never had a chance to come back. I wonder if they'll let you participate in 2022 as already being part of the nationals. You know what I mean?
Well, they said that's what they would do, but you never know. Because it's been 2 years at this point. Or will be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it will be like skip 2 Nats and then the third Nats technically event that would exist.
Yeah. And then not to mention those people who had their invites plus all the new people who have their invites. It'll just be a really packed one, and I don't know if they'll do that, honestly.
I don't feel like it'd be that.
Well, I don't think it'll be packed,
population would be that much different.
Definitely be a bigger nationals than past ones.
Well, I don't know if it'd be too much bigger because basically the same people would be re-getting their invite. It's not like
if those people decide not to play, because all those people their invite, they might not try it again because
there will definitely be more people with invites.
Yeah, there'll be definitely more. I'm not trying to say the size will be doubled or anything. Just
yeah. I mean, location and just general finances of players tend to be the biggest reason why people with invites don't go. So it would probably be a bigger nationals. I think the last Nats was 2,300 and stuff. So maybe we'll get up to 3K, but I don't think it'd be that much bigger than previous years.
Yeah, and I don't think it'd be too much bigger either. Maybe a little bit, but not too bad if they decide to carry over anything. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to add?
Nope. I'm just gonna give a hint. It's episode 2. You'll hear me be super salty about this 3v3 we've been talking about.
I was gonna say they can tune in next time to hear what happened, see how these two did at their 3v3 tournament there in Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll be on YouTube. Is that right, Ryan? Yeah. We'll have a link there that people can click on and listen to this recording. And also you can catch us on our YouTube channel, Average YGO Pro. We bring deck lists and box openings. Maybe we'll bring the first place deck list here from Thomas or Ryan from Saturday. So this is Dan signing off. Anything you guys want to add for the ending?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, Ryan, for being there. And we'll catch you next time.